all these things are very much expensive.
Very expensive.
The cheapest thing you can probably buy these days is my memory card, and that's like what? If you follow, okay, I just want to quit because things are not going well because I'm not getting the prices I want. That's not a good enough reason. What about the time you've invested in this whole thing? What about, I mean, your efforts, everything, like your skills? So sometimes when you think about all this, you just have to keep going. The cameras back then, I don't even know if they still do. They used to come with kit lenses. It was like 18 something. Those are they don't do anything. Those are plastic lenses. I'm sure even if I become the likes of Elon Musk, I will still want to be a videographer. So
Hey.
so everything is expensive. So buying all these things, investing so much into these things, and sometimes you sit down and realize people actually want things to be done almost for free.
What was the biggest struggle in starting out?
Biggest struggle? I would say lack of collaboration.
People think expensive gears really matters when becoming a videographer.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
To a certain extent. You see, so for people to get to know what you are all about, you need to showcase your work out there.
And you know the new trend now,
Which is?
AI.
Yeah.
So is it an opportunity or a threat to videographers?
Both. So in some ways, it can be beneficial, as long as you know how to go about it and use it the right way, it can. But when you overuse it, that's when the problem is, because obviously then it's no longer called creativity.
Hi everybody, welcome back to In Frame with, and today is filmmaking time, videography time. Yeah, today we have our big man, our boss, our everything. He called himself Vhim. Today he will explain.
You already know.
He will explain the reason why he called himself Vhim. Yeah. I'll let him introduce himself, then we start a conversation. Hello, boss.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Well, there isn't much introduction needed. The name is actually Bismark, but the media space is known as Vhim, and that's the name I go by for, years now. So yeah.
Okay. So, Vhim.
Mhm.
So, how do you want us to call you today? Do you want us to use
I
Bismarck?
think
or
we should just keep up with Vhim. Vhim should be
Vhim
'cause,
should be okay.
yeah, that's what a lot of people know
Okay.
me for. So
Okay. So, for someone discovering you today,
mhm.
who is Vhim?
Vhim. Well, Vhim is a lot, but in short term, I would say a videographer, part-time photographer, full-time businessman, um, vehicle technician, man, everything, man, everything.
Wow.
So, yeah,
So, man of many talents,
exactly.
businessman. I like that part.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, how did Vhim Studio begin?
So with Vhim Studios, it started way back. I think that would probably be 2015, actually before 2015, but officially everything started at that era.
Okay.
So right after school, I managed to get the opportunity to work for a TV station that was in South Africa, Randbeck. So I was a technical producer in the station where we used to, assist people that comes in, like the celebrities. We mic them before they go on set and all that. So that's how the whole vision for videography and photography started.
Okay.
So along the line, we were, making sure everything is all right in terms of the technical aspects. So that is how the whole video graphic journey started. So it all began at the TV station that I used to work for, which is Planet TV in South Africa.
Okay.
So yeah.
So, before videography,
Mhm.
before creative directing,
Yeah.
how was life like before that?
Life was okay. It was normal. But before the journey for videography started, I was already into business.
Okay.
which is the buy and sell of vehicles. I was actually doing that before the videography journey started, but it wasn't something that I would say I was doing professionally. It was something I was doing as part time, something that I was actually having fun with. So this whole thing started way back in school,
Okay.
where I started with a cell phone. I was given a cell phone by my mom, sold the cell phone, got another cell phone. Eventually, I got into motorbikes, a scooter, and then sold the scooter. I realized there is profit in the whole thing.
Yeah.
Then started getting into cars, and the whole idea for business actually began. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's been a gradual process, but yeah.
So was videography part of like plan when growing up?
Um yeah, that's a tough one. I wouldn't say it was planned. I think it actually came along the line because way back in high school, um we started a group. It was called All Back Entertainment, where we were shooting comedy skits. Like, I mean, this days is very common. Way back, it wasn't that common. It was only few people that were actually doing these things on social media, the likes of Crazy Crown and a few creators were already doing it. So we also started. We were a team from high school, so we were shooting short skates. And along the line, when you shoot, obviously you need to edit the videos and all that. So the editing also started. I wasn't really interested in the editing side. I was more in front of the camera as the main comedian. I was actually a comedian way
Wow.
back. Yeah, it was Vim the comedian. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, before the whole videography thing began. So the videography actually started when I started working for the TV station.
Hmm.
That's when, because obviously they'll be playing, we play music on the TV station, and you need to censor some of the words in the music. So that's how the whole editing thing started, and we started getting interested in it. So
How did the name Vim came into existence? I want to know too.
I don't even. Okay, so yeah, with the name Vim, it started way back in high school in South Africa. Um, so I think in high school we were, I think they were giving names as to nicknames that they should call us in high school.
Okay.
And I had nothing in mind because in Ghana, before I went to South Africa, I had a few nicknames, which was like crazy nicknames. And
Hmm.
so I needed something that will best describe me. And when I need something, I go for it. Like I'm a very dedicated person. When I want something, I actually go for it. So it's a name that I wanted that will actually suits me per se, like the character, and that's how I decided to go for the name Vim. But when I chose the name Vim in South Africa, a lot of people were laughing in high school because when I got to the school, they're like, "What's your name?" And I stood up. I'm like, "I'm Vim." The whole class started laughing because in South Africa, Vim means a different thing as compared to Ghana. So in Ghana, Vim is like being bold, but in South Africa, it's a washing detergent. That's what Vim is known for. So when I said that, everybody started laughing. They didn't really know what the meaning of Vim was, but eventually, I mean, it became a thing, and everybody. So majority of my high school friends actually know me as Vim, not my actual name. So it all started way back in high school.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So okay, it started in high school.
Hmm.
So the transitioning from being Vim the comedian to Vim the videographer, how
Yep.
was that transition like?
Well, so with the comedy side, I didn't want to change the name Vim. I just wanted to maintain the name because I was already known by the name Vim. But being a comedian was an add-on. So I decided to add the comedian to it. And when it got to some point, I realized comedy is not really something I want to get into. That's when the video thing started. And the name switched again from Vim the comedian to director Vim. And now it has still switched again to just the Vim. So yeah, it's been, yeah, a different meanings, but I still manage to maintain the Vim. Yeah,
Directing life.
yeah, it's not easy.
How was it like? Walk us through it.
Crazy, crazy. So with regards to the directing, I think it will also still, I'll still mention the TV station where I was working for, because working at a TV station, obviously you get to meet a lot of people,
Yeah.
you create networking and all that. So I happen to um, associate myself with a lot of, I mean, industrial players, a whole lot of like people actually reach out for you to play their music on televisions and all that. So I also managed to meet a few directors who were already in the industry already. And along the line, I started helping them with regards to directing music videos and shooting some movies with the likes of director Steve. It's probably still in South Africa. So yeah, I managed to work with them in terms of music videos and all that, and that's how the whole directing thing started. Yeah.
Okay. So what is one thing people always think completely wrong about you?
About me, hmm. Actually, I haven't thought about this, man. I I I haven't really thought about it because I don't really focus on what people actually, I mean,
Think
think or
about you.
say about me. Man, whatever you think is totally up to you. That's fine. But
Yeah.
uh, I believe the people that are much closer to me will be the best people to, I mean, describe me. But yeah, that's yeah.
Okay. So let's go back to your early stages.
Okay.
Do you remember the first time you picked the camera?
Hmm. Yeah, that's a very long time ago. I believe that
Yeah.
was the era of creating comedies, because before I got in front of the camera, I started with the buy and sell, like I said,
Yeah.
and it started with the cell phones, scooters, cars. Along the line, I managed to also get cameras to resell, and I think that's how the whole thing began. Way back, it was the EOS 550D, 450, those older model, the Rebel ones. So when I get them, I resell them, and I got attached to it. The camera. I was actually wanting or hoping to, I mean, know how people actually shoot photos with this blurry and cinematic effects and all that. But most of the time when I do it, it doesn't really match the way I see people shoot them, because I was still new, and the cameras back then, I don't even know if they still do. They used to come with kit lenses. It was like 18 something. Those are,
Yeah. These
they,
two.
they, they don't do anything. Those are plastic lenses. So whenever
Yeah.
you shoot, it's not as quality as the way it was. So eventually I started, I mean, trying different cameras, different lenses, and I think that's how the whole thing began. And yeah, we still trying to get that better, even though we're not up to
Yeah.
where a lot are. But yeah, we're trying.
Do you remember the first camera you owned
Mm,
or you bought?
I'm not really sure, but I believe that will be 500D Canon.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you started with Canon, right?
yeah, probably those 500s or either 400, or like it was a very old camera, and
Okay.
that one did not even have a video function.
Oh.
It was just for photos. So
So how was you surviving being Vim director, Vim videographer with that camera?
yeah, that was the early stages, right?
Yeah.
At that point, it was just a hobby. It was
Oh,
something
okay.
that I was just doing for fun. Before eventually we got to the 600, 650s. Those are the ones that actually came with video options, and
Yeah.
so yeah, we've had a few of them. There are quite a few that I've owned, which I don't really recall the names, but yeah.
Okay. So what really inspired you to become Vim the videographer?
I think that will probably be the fact that way back I used to, I mean, work for the television station, and the interest that I gained at the workplace, right? There's a saying that when you once a soldier is always a soldier, right? So once you get into certain space, sometimes you get stuck at that particular, I mean, environment, and it's very hard to, even though I'm still having other thing going on, businesses and all that, I still try to stay close to videography, So yeah, it's all started way back, and I think the interest has always been there. So sometimes when you even sit down a couple months without touching the camera, you just realize that no, it's been a long time I haven't really shot anything, and eventually you will think of something to create, and so it's now part of me. Regardless, if I'm sure even if I become the likes of Elon Musk, I will still want to be a videographer. So
Hey,
it's
Chineke,
it's
likes
now.
of video
Oh yeah,
Elon Musk,
yeah,
you want
yeah.
to be.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah,
It's very tough to stop something that you've started way
way
back,
back,
and
yeah.
so yeah, for videography, it's something that I love doing. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's say I'm a small boy. You started when you were young, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So
probably at the age of 15,
15,
somewhere there.
a small boy like
Yeah,
me,
yeah, yeah,
small
yeah,
boy
yeah.
like Vhim, you said,
Yeah.
"Oh, now I want to
Yeah.
be a
Oh, and
videographer."
there are proofs
Oh,
of me having cameras at the early age. So yeah,
yeah.
I was very young then. And I'm sure it will actually show the camera that I was holding, probably 400 or 500D. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So a young boy. Now you said you want to be a videographer or Vhim the videographer.
hmm
How was the family reaction to that?
I don't think they had a problem with it at all. Um, yeah, if anything, I'm sure they were probably, proud of that.
Okay.
Because obviously being a videographer or working with cameras is nothing, I mean, to be ashamed of. It's actually a very good profession or something exciting to get yourself into. So
Mm,
I think the parents were probably proud of the whole thing. Maybe they might not see how the whole transition happened, but yeah, because at some point my parents left South Africa, so it was mostly me always doing the media stuff. So it was yeah, I'm sure they were proud of the whole thing.
and the fact that you're able to like secure a job at a TV station
Yeah,
that
yeah,
give them that
exactly,
assurance that, oh, okay,
exactly.
yeah,
So it got to some points even when there is gigs like weddings. They reach, oh, this friend wants to do a wedding. They said they want you to come and shoot this and that. So
okay,
yeah, they've also been playing their roles.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what was the biggest struggle when starting out?
Biggest struggle. Hmm. Mm, I would say lack of collaboration.
Okay.
Most of the people that are already up there were not willing to teach us, how they got there. So most of the time it was just trying to learn um, from what we've seen. So I think that's one of the challenges. A lot of people, I think that's also because of the timing, because being a
Yeah,
videographer or being in the production space, you're constantly busy.
yeah,
So it's very tough. And this videography thing, it's more of practical. You need to be on the field. You need to see how things are going. You need to learn one or two things. You can have the idea, you can pick cameras for years without any knowledge, but without someone teaching you this
teaching
whole
you,
thing on the
yeah,
field, it becomes very difficult because you need to know how to work with lighting, color grading. Someone can be very good at using the camera, but might not be good with editing. Someone might be good with editing, but will not be good with how to balance lighting and all that. So there's different angles, and having people who don't always want to teach you or guide you in certain ways can sometimes be a challenge. So that I think that's one of the difficult things, that because majority of the things that I learned or what I know now was like, it has always been self-taught
mm,
and watching tutorials, and especially Peter McKinnon, Mati Hapoya, all those. Yeah, so those were the eras of cameras, camera tricks. Some years back, those were big, like
big boy, big
yeah.
man.
So those are the people that
Yeah,
we've been following.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's say nowadays most people, they'll be like, even like our time now,
hmm
I think most people, when you are even taking them on a set, they demand like they'll be expecting you to give them something.
Okay.
Was it the same as your era when you guys maybe you get a chance to collaborate with one big person in the industry at your
Yeah.
area?
Mm-hmm.
Or was there the mindset of, oh, when I'm going now, I just have to like maybe he's going to pay me something small, even if like I'm not doing anything, just assisting him?
I don't know if I get your question right, but you're saying uh, working with someone?
Like just assisting maybe
Yeah.
apprenticeship or something.
Okay. Yeah.
Nowadays, most apprenticeship they'll like when they are coming in, they
Yeah.
are not mostly coming in for
For the
the
job.
job,
Oh
but
yeah.
for the money that maybe when you come, you give them. Was that the mindset of you guys when you guys were starting off?
Not at all. I mean, at some point we didn't even know that there was even money in this whole thing,
Okay.
right? We were not even aware it will get to a point where we will be charging for this whole thing, right?
Mm.
Because you're just doing it for the love of it.
Yeah.
It's just eventually when we progress, that's when we realize that, oh, we can actually become a freelance. We can actually do music videos for people. We can shoot a movie. We can do this. But then again, it's a process.
Yeah.
You know, the more you get into it, the more you better yourself. That's when you start to realize that, okay, now it's time I need to start charging. Obviously, when you start with your Canon Rebels and the 400, you cannot be charging because you're still trying to learn.
Yeah.
So then you are trading in your skills for, I mean, the offers that are coming in. But as you progress and you start to become a professional or you start to better yourself,
Yeah.
that's when you can trade your skills for money. But as a startup, I don't think money should actually be your focus. And that's what we did. We were not even focused about the money at all. There have been videos that we've shot way back. A lot of them were actually private, most of them. And we didn't even make anything. At that point, we didn't even know YouTube would pay for all those. We were just uploading them. So we were just doing it for the fun of it. But as times went by, we realized, okay, no, this is something we can profit out from. And yeah.
Did you ever like think about quitting?
I believe that I can't really recall. I mean, at what point, but I'm pretty sure there've been at times where we've actually thought of quitting. You know, sometimes you put in all the efforts because all these gears we use as a filmmaker, whether being a videographer, photographer, it's equipment that we use.
Yeah.
And these days, all these things are very much expensive.
Very expensive.
The cheapest thing you can probably buy these days is my memory card, and that's like what? So everything is expensive.
Yeah.
So buying all these things, investing so much into these things, and sometimes you sit down and realize people actually want things to be done almost for free. It's crazy, you
Yeah.
know. That's when I also I think decided to also branch into other direction, which is the business side, because as it stands right now, if you want to focus fully on with videography or media, it's very difficult, whether being a photographer or videographer. It's very difficult because people assume, oh, okay, it's just a camera, they're just gonna come and press buttons. But there have been years of trying to study this whole thing, like your efforts. And even after the shoot, there's still a whole processing that needs to be done after that. And people expect everything to be done probably for nothing. So all these things, you sit down someday and be like, oh man, I can actually do this and make more from actually being a videographer. So all these thoughts sometimes they build up and you feel like leaving everything behind. But then again, if it's something that you love and you know how to go about it, as to working prices out, how to talk to clients and all that, I don't think it's something that you will think of quitting. Eventually, you will know how to work things out. But having the thoughts, yes, there have been one or two times that obviously you definitely think about that. So yeah,
And what kept you going, even if that thought came in your mind?
still wanting to do what I love, still wanting to be in the space.
Okay.
Because if you follow, okay, I just want to quit because things are not going well because I'm not getting the prices I want. That's not a good enough reason. What about the time you've invested in this whole thing? What about, I mean, your efforts, everything, like your skills? So sometimes when you think about all this, you just have to keep going. You're not even, I mean, think of quitting anymore. So yeah, one or two times you will think about trying to leave everything behind. But if you know what you really want and you know what you've built for yourself, you keep going.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, like, let's go back to starting Vhim Studios.
Yeah.
When did you actually think this can become a business?
I think that is when I started getting gigs, like weddings, because way back in SA, I think most of the projects we did were weddings. People happen to call us in for a shoot. They'll reach out, hey, we're having a wedding. We need a videographer, we need a photographer. How long can you do this for? How much will you charge? And that's when we began to put our rates on the table.
Yeah.
So I think that's when everything began. Even though when we were starting, we were not that professional, but we still managed to get something even at that level. So that's when we realized, oh, okay, so if we take this thing very serious and we keep going, learning the basics and trying to better our skills in videography, we can actually make more. So that's how it's all started. And eventually we started buying expensive cameras, better lighting and all that. So
Oh, okay. So let's say you said you started pricing yourself, like
Mhm.
adding price tag to yourself.
Yeah.
How difficult was it in getting your first client?
I can't recall my first paid job. I can't really remember what it was or what gig it was, but I would say it was probably a word of mouth, maybe. And with regards to videography, you get the clients from the previous work that you've done. I think majority it's only a few that will actually reach out from social media, but majority of the time it's word of mouth. It's it can be difficult, but yeah, sometimes you just have to do the marketing as well. When you reach out to someone and ask if there is, I mean, they know of any events happening soon, I mean, that's also marketing. You can also put your name out there, but it can be very difficult, especially with videographies. Weddings and all these events don't happen every day. It's just once a while. And trying to get your name out there is also tough because you're actually competing with a lot of other, I mean, videographers or creators as well. So at the first time, I would say it was okay, maybe for the fact that we were not really focused on the money aspect because the money was not our first, I mean, aim.
Yeah.
We were just willing to do something. We just wanted to shoot. Like we wanted to do something since we've been doing all these things for ourselves, right?
Yeah.
So now we wanted to work with people, and I think that's how it's. Yeah, maybe if we were relying on the money, that might have been a bit difficult. But since we were just doing it for fun, it was a bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the money aspect, by you weren't like relying on the money.
Yeah,
that
it
much.
wasn't much of a focus.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what mistake did you make in the early stage that cost you a lot?
Hmm.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I can't really. You see, the thing is, I don't keep negative, I mean,
Yeah.
memories, man. But I'm sure there've been some circumstance where we've messed up here and there, especially with regards to the processes of editing. Because sometimes you will go out there, get a whole gig, shoot a whole video, and then realize, like the angle of the camera, audio, something is not right. And this is a once-off thing. This is wedding. You don't get to do it again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how are you going to explain? And when it happens like that, the client might not be happy, but they will not tell you.
Yeah.
But trying to get your next client or something might be a problem because they're never going to recommend you to a friend or something, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe those might be some of the challenges and I mean difficulties and things we did which might have probably caused because if you don't get a recommendation, obviously you're losing. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
So what is one business thing you think every videographer starting out needs to learn?
I would say learn more, try to better yourself in terms of videography, because videography is a whole class on its own. Like, it doesn't end. There's many things when it comes to videography that, because even for the fact that I've been doing this for years, sometimes I get to certain cameras and I'm like, oh, this is there. Oh, you can do this. Oh, this is the aspect ratio you need to use for certain videos. So you need to learn more. You know, there isn't ending to videography. There's a whole lot that you can I mean get to learn about videography that will make you better in the space. But I think that would be my top, trying to learn more about the job itself, and also know how to handle clients.
Okay.
You need to know how to talk to them when it comes to negotiations, how to start the business conversation, and so yeah, those would be mine too.
Oh, okay. So people think expensive gears really matters when becoming a videographer. Do
Yeah,
you agree with that?
to a certain extent, um, gears do matter, but expensive gear. You know, it depends on what people call expensive. You know, someone might have a C7, but they don't call it expensive. So it all depends on, I mean, what level you're
Yeah.
looking at. But gears, I would say gear, they do matter, but not that much.
Not that much.
If you know what you are doing, Nikon D5000 can even do justice. So sometimes it's not really about the gear, it's about the skills, but also gears also do matters, because here's the thing, that sometimes you need certain lens to shoot certain events, and if you don't have that, you will never get the quality that you need to achieve, I mean, a certain um, video. So sometimes they do matter, sometimes they don't matter, but majority of the time, I would say they don't, because if you know what you're doing, every gear can work out for you, even a phone.
Yeah. Yeah, nowadays a lot of phones shoot very good video,
True,
very
true.
good videos, and very
Yeah.
good pictures. Yeah.
Exactly.
So let's say now you there
Mm-hmm.
as Ghana as it's going now, like the flood and those things. We
Yeah.
are not trying to like remember people of their sorrow, of their pain.
Yeah.
But if that happens to you,
Okay.
you lost everything.
Okay.
What would be the first thing to buy?
If I've lost everything,
Yeah.
what would be the first thing to buy?
You lost all your equipment.
You see, that's a tricky question now.
Yeah.
If I've lost everything, what would be the first? I don't know. It depends, because first of all, you don't even have a place, right? So maybe you should first find a place, and then you can think from there, get a bed or something. But yeah, I mean, it all depends on who you ask, right? Someone might probably get a car first, someone might get a house first, someone might get bed first.
Okay, so let's focus on your equipment now.
Okay, so when it comes to equipment, what will I buy first?
Yeah.
I still have my phone.
You still have your phone?
Yeah, maybe I'll get a laptop.
A laptop?
Yeah.
Why?
Because majority of the job is done through the laptop, right? Emails, editing. As long as I have the phone, I can do the shooting on the phone and edit with the laptop. Yeah.
So I think that is going back to not always that expensive gear matters.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you didn't even mention of, oh, I'll buy this camera or something.
That's why I asked, if I have the phone, then I guess the phone can work for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you are still enjoying this conversation, thank you. And I want you to do two things for me. One, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And also make sure you share these videos to others. Doing this would help our video get pushed to others and let others know and have knowledge as you are grabbing knowledge from us. And let's continue the conversation. Okay, so what do you think most beginner videographers or filmmakers waste their money buying?
Probably getting expensive cameras without knowing how to use it. Yeah. I mean, some will save a whole bunch of money to get the highest cinema camera possible.
Yeah.
but they don't even know how to
Use it.
use it. I mean, you can't even color grade. You can't even. So it's yeah, sometimes you want it, but I mean that's how you also learn, right? When you're starting, I mean, afresh, there are a lot of mistakes you will do, but as you tend to grow, you'll learn and you'll get to. I'm not gonna say it's a bad thing, but I mean it's also a way of learning how this whole thing works. So if you have the money and you wanna go for expensive gear, that's fine, but you should always know expensive gear does not always equal a good quality, or I mean any gear can possibly do the job just fine. Yeah.
So now let's talk about your creative process.
Yeah.
Right. How do you get ideas or inspiration?
So it depends on which angle, because when it comes to the creative side, there is the short form contents that we create, just a normal, I mean, freestyle content, and there is a full long form content we create where I first think about the topic.
Yeah.
So sometimes I might be sitting and I'll think of an idea. Okay, how much can Uber pay me in a month? So when you think about such title, then you have to come up with how you go about. So it's more like a diagram, right?
Yeah.
So the title, how to go about it, what you need, and how to execute the plan, and how to also get the audience attention.
Yeah.
So once I get the title, I come up with the ideas. Okay, fine. So the Uber video, I will need a vehicle. I'll have to mount the cameras on the car whilst driving. So a whole lot. So after you think about that, okay, how long do you plan on making the video? And where exactly is it going? Am I shooting it just short form? Am I shooting it long form for YouTube? And then, so once the whole thing is done, then comes the editing process. We go with the editing. That's probably a couple hours job. And then once it's ready, thumbnails. So there's a whole lot. Thumbnails also comes in play. Sound check, make sure sound. But these days, I've actually realized that some, if it's just for social media, you don't have to go to a stream, just because most of the contents are being watched on the phone. So it's not advisable to shoot the highest quality 8K. It's not. It's just a waste of time. So just minimize it, keep it short, simple, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So when you have this idea,
Yeah.
some people will say, for me, sometimes I will just type it on my phone.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll just do a voice memo.
Mhm.
So how do you go about when you have the idea? Do you have maybe a board that you go and write it on or something?
Okay, so you see, there are different types of creative directors, or there are different types of storytelling.
Yeah.
Some people prefer to keep it very professional, like everything needs to be very like high quality and high standard. For instance, Mr. Beast. But for my type of, I mean, creativity, I just want to flow. I just want it to look so natural that normal people that watches it can relate. I don't have to script it and make it look so professional. So I don't go extreme. Once it comes in my head, I say it as it is. I just go with the flow and then release it. So yeah.
During creative process,
Yeah.
what separates a great videographer from a good videographer? So now I'm talking about great and good. Not beginner, but good. What separates them?
You see, this question, you see, it depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
Everybody has his own way of going about with creativity. But I would say, I mean, the great videographer will probably focus more on the storytelling part, and the good one will focus on quality aspects. So sometimes people are much concerned about the quality of, I mean, certain video, and sometimes people also focus on the story that you are sending through the video. So yeah, I would say people who are great in terms of videography, they much focus on the storytelling aspect of
Okay. Okay. So what do you enjoy most as a filmmaker? The parts you enjoy most.
Okay, so I think that will still go back to the previous storytelling, because I get to
Okay.
tell a story through, I mean, visuals,
Mm.
right? So I'm just telling, I'm trying to showcase something, but this is in the form of a clip, and it's a way of speaking, but not, I mean, physically, but also visually.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that yeah, I enjoy.
As a videographer, how important is it now to post it like the short form of your work or the process where you are trying or the behind the scene form of your work on social media? How important is that?
Um, you see, so for people to get to know what you are all about, you need to showcase your work out there, right? So when it comes to putting your work out there, it is very important because then people need to know, even besides, I mean, close relatives, right? People, it's more like building a portfolio. So even clients, when they don't know you from nowhere and they need to see some samples you've done in the past,
Yeah.
these are ways of trying to show, I mean, them what you are capable of, right? I mean, it's got to a point. I wasn't even really that consistent when it's got to that part. So I realized no. Sometimes when people reach out, they want to see what you've done in the past. Because most of the time when I shoot, I just ignore it. I don't really care. But these days, I make sure I display it on a certain platform where when people reach out to you, you should be able to pinpoint, okay, this is what I did, this is what I directed. At least they should have an idea of who you were in order for them to decide whether they want your services or not. So yeah,
So now, do you know the new trend now,
which is
AI?
yeah,
So
man.
is it an opportunity or a threat to videographers?
Um, both because
How?
yeah, AI is actually helping in a way.
Mhm.
We can also use it to our advantage because unlike before where things used to be very practical, like for instance drones. Way back it was helicopters that uses to capture all these aerial shots and all that. And imagine that's a big of a job. Helicopters, cameras, we need to fasten someone, make sure it's very secure in order to, so you see all this hassle. But now you can just go online and generate a footage of, I mean, just with a click, and you can get a high quality aerial view. And these days it's so good to the extent that people cannot even differentiate the difference between, I mean, a generated AI video and the real, I mean, shots. So in some ways it can be beneficial, as long as you know how to go about it and use it the right way, it can. But when you overuse it, that's when the problem is, because obviously then it's no longer called creativity. You're just using your shortcuts, and that's that's a different case now.
That's a different case now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you are trying to tell us, AI should be used as a tool.
Of course. I feel that there's nothing wrong with that. It's actually a good thing if you use it that way.
And people are saying AI is taking the jobs of photographers and videographers. What do you think about that?
It's true because even, for instance, when Instagram started, Instagram used to be a photo sharing app, right?
Yeah.
But now it's video only app. So in some ways there is the bad side and the good side. It's always like that. Whenever there is something good, there will always be the good side as well. So in as much as AI is taking the positions of photographers, I think there is a way that photographers can also, I mean, up their game, right? There are certain images that I don't think AI can beat
Yeah.
it. That's where photographers come through. So this is how to also differentiate between, I mean, the real photographers and also
Yeah.
so yeah.
Oh, okay. So at this segment, we'll be doing like a one answer question.
Okay.
Yeah. So what is one lens you would always go with?
Hmm. One lens.
Yeah.
Hmm. I would say 35.
35.
Yeah.
Photo or video?
Um, yeah, I'll go 35 for video, and I'll go probably 50 for photos.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is one camera brand you will always stick with?
Tough one. For now, as it stands right now, Lumix.
Lumix.
Yeah,
Okay. So tripod or a gimbal?
tripod.
Hmm. The old people
Yeah,
tripod.
tripod.
Morning shoot or night shoot?
Morning shoot.
Commercial or wedding?
I will go commercial, even though I shoot a lot of weddings, but I'll go commercial.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Dream client?
Mm. Dream clients. Can it be a company or
Yeah,
just one?
anything.
Uh, I haven't actually thought about this though.
Yeah.
I'll probably say CNN.
CNN?
Yeah.
Hmm. And this question, I know a lot of videographers do this, a lot of photographers do this. Coffee or energy drink?
Yeah, I used to be a coffee person way back in SA, and now in Canada, it's sorry, I used to be an energy drink guy way back in SA, but not anymore. Now I'm more of a coffee guy. So
Coffee guy?
yeah.
Okay. So if you've had the opportunity
Mm-hmm.
to start over tomorrow with
Okay.
no money,
Okay.
what would you do?
Starting the whole
Journey
videography thing
with no
with
money.
no money. What will I do?
Yeah.
Work with people who are already in the industry
Mm-hmm.
and learn as much as possible from them.
I think from your talking a lot, since you at your time you weren't able to had this opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
but you still value it. I think that one is very important to
Yeah,
you.
yeah. I mean, yeah. You see, there's no way one person can know everything,
Yeah.
right? So sometimes it's just good you learn from people who are already ahead of you, right? So yeah, learning from people, that's the best way to. I mean, if you want to be the best and know how this whole thing works, always learn from people and
Yeah. And being in the creative industry myself,
yeah.
there is this one thing every creator I've experienced,
Mm-hmm.
which is self-doubt.
Okay.
How do you deal with that?
Yeah, man, for me, I never doubt. You see, the name speaks for itself, man. That's why it's Vim. So I never doubt myself, bro. When I aim for it, I just go for it. You
Oh,
might
okay.
fail at some point, but you just have to keep up, man.
Keep up, okay.
Just keep doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what is one mistake you think every um, videographer, a beginner videographer, should avoid?
Yeah, you shouldn't focus more on the money at the beginning. I know the money is essential, but at the early stage, it shouldn't be money. Like you did mention beginner. So if it's beginner, then obviously the money shouldn't be your major priority.
Okay.
Your concern should be trying to better yourself and learn more about it. The money will come as you progress. Yeah.
And what do you think separates both successful creative from the ones who quit? What separates them from
Separates from the successful creators
Yeah,
from
those who quit.
networking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's because obviously they're already up there. They have a lot of, I mean, contacts and all that. So the ones down there are also trying to get to where they are and they lack the networking. So I think networking will probably be the major
thing.
Yeah.
And us standing here now, or us sitting here now,
Mhm.
one thing you wish you were told earlier or 5 years ago.
uh, yeah, that would probably be maybe videography is not too, it's not as I would say it's not that profitable. Like there isn't huge money as it seems. because most of the time when people see, I mean, all these gears and they assume, oh, like there's huge money in this field. I think that well, it depends on which field is that, but personally, I feel there isn't much money as it's supposed to be because this job it consists of a lot. Even trying to learn the whole thing, it's years of experience
Yeah.
that you need, but they are not being paid enough. Let me put it that way. There isn't much money, I mean, in the field. Um, Recently, there've actually been news from creators, directors about clients complaining. They said the charge is too much, and it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But I think it is worth it because the years that it took the person to study this, it's just yeah, it's insane. But yeah, so the money aspects, I think people really assume too much about that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So have success ever felt lonely to you?
Success ever felt?
Lonely to you?
No,
No.
no. Well, I don't know what I mean. They might classify as success, but at this point, I wouldn't say I'm successful. I'm still trying to be there. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay. So what is something you sacrificed to get here?
Wow. Probably myself.
So
Yeah.
lack of sleep and all those things, right?
Yeah, there's a whole lot, man.
Yeah.
Countless times of being in front of the computer, you know. Yeah, that is why I'm even putting on glasses, because you know the years of working on computers, you know, sometimes it happens, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now complete this sentence.
Okay.
I know I have succeeded when
Uh, when I succeed.
Oh God. Yeah. I know this is very tough. Yeah. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you. And one more thing, make sure you leave in the comment what you learned from the video and who do you think would benefit them, either your friends or anybody on your status or anybody on your Instagram. Just share the video on your Instagram, on your status, everything. Let's keep the channel growing. Let's keep the channel reaching people. And subscribe. As I always say, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. But wait, make sure you watch the BTS also. Thank you. See you in the next video. Peace.